let's see if I'm live here. By the way, if you guys have noticed, I think I am. Yeah. If you noticed, I found Old Reliable, my first hat, which, yeah, I think one of my dogs must have got a hold of it. She did not survive being gone as long as she was. So, hi guys. I'm Greg Hrutkay of Hrutkay Mods, and I'm home. I'm a little sore, and I thought we'd talk about what happened today. So, and how everything was going. Hi, Jim. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, the Spin Cycle. Yes, it is a Zippo display. I'm a Zippo collector. I'm a lot of thing collector. So, hey, Chris. So anyway, let's see here. I am not getting any stats right now. There we go. It's not loading up down there, but it's loading up there. I've got 4 right now. Hi, all 4 of you. Let's see here. I wonder if I can collapse these windows so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, now we've got 5 and everything's loading right. Still a little, I'm not feeling, I'm a little croupy. We'll go with that. Yes, platinum sounds. Can you do that on a modern Mac? That would be neat if you could. But anyway, so welcome to the stream, guys. I'm finally home. Man, this hat's itchy. Man, it looks bad. It's had a rough life. Anyway, I'm still a little scatterbrained. I'm a little tired, but everything's back to normal. And I want to actually talk about what happened today and talk about what happened in general. I'm still wearing the same clothes I've been wearing for the last few days. I'm covered in glue and covered in holes and bruises from, you can't really see it in this lighting, but that is knotted up and bruised. I've got a hole here with glue all over it. I actually have bare spots all over my chest from all the pads. I've got glue everywhere. I am nasty and I need to take a shower after this live stream. I smell like a hospital. And if anyone's been in a long stay of a hospital, you smell like every other patient there, which means I don't smell good. Yeah, exactly. I stink. Anyway, so this morning I woke up, took my pulse, and it was almost normal. I'm like, at first I thought it was normal. But I took it again, and it was going beat, 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 beat. So it was almost normal. And they came in and ran some tests on me. And I had an ultrasound of the heart, and it was still skipping every few beats. But it was almost normal. It was almost back to the way it was supposed to be. You could see it on the screen that it was almost normal, but you could also see in the valves where it would just briefly go, thump, 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 which still isn't good. But I had most of my energy back at that point, and I'm like, I think I might be all right. So they came in about an hour after all those tests and took me down for my stress test. And they hooked me up to the EKG machine and They they take my pulse, and they say he converted, which means within that 1 hour of me not taking my pulse and not getting tests, my heart rate went back to normal, and everything was fine. So they went in, and I had an X-ray of my heart, some kind of scan of my heart. And then they took me back over to the stress test treadmill. By this point, I'm feeling really good. This is the best I've felt in a very long time, in fact. And they keep debating whether I should do the run and stuff. I'm like, I feel so good, I think I can. And I'm at this point basically begging them, let me try it. I want to see if my heart's working. So they put me on the treadmill for 9 minutes. Every 3 minutes, they increased the intensity and raised it up higher, okay? And I went to college for a while at WVU, and WVU is basically one giant hill. No matter where you go, you're running up a hill, and they're like this all the time. And there's even a famous staircase at WVU, which has over 115 steps or something. And I've ran up and down those stairs a lot of times. The stress test was basically like running late for class. And it was actually easier because I wasn't carrying 50 pounds of books while running. So I managed to go through the whole stress test. And I'll tell you what, not one problem whatsoever. In fact, I wasn't even panting hard at the end of it. They got my BPM up to 160, which was my target goal. And I could have probably went another 9 minutes with no issue. And, you know, it was a 100% perfect stress test. My heart was as strong as an ox. And I thank everyone that prayed for me and stuff and got me through this, because they basically said, there's nothing wrong with you now. So they theorized what happened and why I went to AFib. And I told you guys yesterday I was low on potassium. Well, they figured out what caused it. My doctor, see, I have horseshoe kidneys, which means my kidneys are upside down. Anytime you have problems with your kidneys, you have blood pressure issues. Okay? No, I don't get routine blood work or anything because I never have any problems. But anyway, so yeah, I have kidney issues. My kidneys work fine, but everything has to go uphill before they go downhill, which means I get kidney stones, and because they're upside down, it causes my blood pressure to be higher than most people's. So I take medications to fix it. And my doctor had me on 2 different types of blood pressure meds. The first one I had been taking since I was 18 or 17. I was a teenager when we figured out I had high blood pressure. And then shortly thereafter, I was also a teenager when I found out I had kidney stones, and that's when I found out I had upside down kidneys. They call it a horseshoe kidney, and what happens is when the fetus is forming, the kidneys are like this, and as the fetus is getting ready to be born, they flip and pull apart. Mine never flipped or pulled apart, so I've got one giant kidney that acts as 2 that are upside down. Yeah. These kidneys are full of calcium. It doesn't really cause any problems other than blood pressure's higher than average, and I have kidney stones. So this kind of plays into the problem I had with my heart. And yeah, my doctor decided to put me on another blood pressure medication. I'm not really sure what meds I'm on. I can never remember the names. When I go see another doctor, or even when I went to the hospital Saturday, uh, well, Sunday morning, I took all my meds with me, so they knew what I had. And the second one he put me on, which I've only been on for about a year, if that, and it's around the time I started feeling a little funky, I guess, when I started taking it. It's got a diuretic in it, which makes you urinate more. And I just thought that was a thing I did now. I mean, I'm over 30. When I turned 30, I nearly died multiple times. I was really sick the first 6 months of being 30. So I just figured, my body's already falling apart. I plan on living a long time. I'm just going to have to get used to this. So, yes, thank you, 95 Comics. So I didn't think much of the fact that I needed to urinate more. Well, apparently I was urinating enough that I was urinating out potassium faster than I could regain it. And over time, you know, it's kind of like money flow, for instance. If you have more money going out than you have coming in, for a while there you'll still be okay, but all of a sudden, you know, your debt will start raising and your income will just keep going down to the point where you have no money and you just have all this debt, okay? It's kind of the same general principle. I was urinating so much that I was pushing out this potassium, and even though I was taking potassium in, I wasn't taking in as much as I was losing. So slowly my potassium levels kept going down. And the more that it went down, the sicker I got. I've been feeling pretty rough for a few months, actually. And it was because of that medication. I never changed my diet plans. I never really increased my water intake more than I should have. I didn't know this was happening to me, okay? And I got to the point where my potassium was so low, I just needed something to trigger the AFib, and it was chasing my dog Rico. So I had all that happen, and you know what happened. I agree. Blood work's very important. I've never needed it. I'll probably have to start doing it. In fact, I did it like 5,000 times while there. So, hey, Chris. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. There's actually a 6,1 video coming out next week, and I've got a video coming out Thursday. I have a bunch of videos pre-scheduled because I'm working now. In fact, I'm going to try to film one tonight if I can. I'm really tired, but we're going to see. So I have an extra one. I've got about a week and a half left of videos to go out, maybe 2 weeks. I can't remember. So we got to keep those out there so when I'm working and too tired to film, we still have videos releasing. So, but anyway, what was I talking about? Potassium. My potassium was so low that it's a miracle I was still alive. My heart was racing so hard because my heart didn't know what to do, but it wanted to keep going. So it was racing really hard and trying to keep functioning. So my heart tried to keep me alive, but it wasn't doing very good at it. And if I hadn't gone to the hospital, I probably wouldn't have made it through that night. It was bad. And, well, after all those tests, I had more scans of my chest and stuff after the stress test. Everything was perfect. In fact, I've got a perfect heart. They didn't find anything wrong with it whatsoever. I had no lasting damage. I was very blessed. So, exactly, Chris. But the doctor wants to see me on the 7th. I'm now on an aspirin regimen. Hopefully, I won't have to stay on it because my heart's in good shape. But I mean, my heart did actually have a lot of exercise in 7 hours' time before they managed to get it down, and it had, you know, a lack of potassium, which is bad for any muscle. That's why my whole body hurts. It's because every muscle is aching because it had no potassium in it, which also explains why I was tired, why it hurt to walk. My legs had been throbbing for about a week because my muscles kept knotting up. I just didn't think it was anything major because I just started working again. I figured I hadn't used these legs as much as I'd been using them this week. It's just my legs hurting. Well, it's because I was low on potassium and my muscles didn't know what to do. So, yeah. Yeah, it is funny, 95 Comics. I didn't do a whole lot. I did have my laptop. I had that brought over. But other than that, that was about it. But anyway, my muscles were sore and all this stuff, but I never thought anything wrong until my heart tried to stop. Uh, so anyway, did all the tests, and they basically said, "You're good. You're super healthy. There's nothing wrong with you. Other than of course my blood pressure. I'm 100% healthy. I'm in really good shape for being the weight I am and all this stuff. I'm really healthy. So I'm very blessed, and I thank you guys for praying for me. It really helped, I'm sure. I felt really safe, especially right before the stress test. I was worried that my heart was not going to recover from this. But when they told me I had converted, all of a sudden the stress had gone away. And it just hit me. I was actually quite scared in the hospital. I thought I might die. And I finally understood why. I understood the fear my dad felt in the hospital. It is something a lot of people end up experiencing, and it's something that I wish no one would have to experience. Heart issues, I wish was a thing of the past for people. But no matter what you do, there'll always be heart disease out there. And if you have no potassium in your body, there'll also be things like AFib, which will try to kill you. But yeah, I made it. I'm as strong as an ox. In fact, after that potassium infusion, which I nicknamed the Devil Semen, I've passed kidney stones. I've had a lot of pain in my life that a lot of people will never experience that much pain in their life. In fact, I've got a massively strong pain tolerance. Like when I broke my hand, I went, oh, that's not good. And I drove myself I drove myself to the hospital, walked in and said, I think I broke my hand. And they went, whoa! You know, like, yeah, it's bad, isn't it? They're like, yeah, you're really calm. I'm like, yeah, it's broken. Please fix it. You know, I have an extremely strong pain tolerance, and potassium affects people differently when it's injected. Some people, it doesn't really bother them. Some people, it's like taking your arm or whatever it's getting injected into, lighting it on fire internally, and then trying to rip off the arm. Like it feels like the whole shoulder is getting ripped off your body. Okay. It was the most intense pain. If it wasn't as bad as the kidney stones I've had in the past, it was really close. I mean, like, they didn't warn me that the potassium was going to probably burn. They didn't really explain anything about how bad it would burn when they finally explained that it was just going to keep getting worse. Because first, it was coming in here. This area started radiating pain. Like, feels like I had a collapsed vessel. That's not good. I call in a panic. I'm like, should my IV be throbbing? Well, the pain started radiating more. And then all of a sudden, my whole arm is just throbbing. Okay? And that's because it's infusing the potassium back in the muscles as quickly as possible. So all your muscles are suddenly coming to life. But the limb it's going into is coming to life the fastest, which means pain. All of a sudden, I've got this giant nut forming up through here. And I was tempted to rip that IV out, but I knew I needed it. So I suffered with it. And the only thing that would stop the pain was just manageable. Okay, I had this thing up at 9.5 to a 10 on the pain scale. Worst pain I'd ever felt. Okay, I'm good until about 8.5 to 9. That's when I start tearing up, and that's when I start hurting. Okay, they got this ice pack right here, which prevented the tensing of the muscle and the throbbing, and that got me down to about a 7. Okay, my arm was between a 6 and an 8. Okay, it was bad. The shoulder was the worst part. Having the ice pack on it, I managed to watch the whole, all of The Longest Yard on MTV with my head propped up while I was doing this the whole time. Survived through it. They said it was going to take 2 hours. I did it in about an hour and a half-ish. But that infusion didn't take effect. It didn't get through my whole body until this morning. And that's when my heart started working normally again. So it was worth the pain. And I'm alive. And I feel fine. This is the best I've felt. I can't tell you the last time I felt this strong and energetic. So I've been losing potassium for a long time and not knowing it. And like I said, the more it went down, the worse I felt. So, yeah, that's also why I walked so slowly to go get him at first, because it just didn't feel right, you know. I didn't want to walk out there. I was so tired that day. But I had to catch him because he will not listen. He will not come back. So, when I went after him, that's when it all happened. But anyway, with this live stream, I just want to let you guys know I'm home. Everything's fine now. There's no worries. My heart should keep going. And the bonus fact is my dad and my uncle both had sleep apnea. And from my experience, I've never been told I snore. I mean, I snore sometimes, but everyone snores on occasion. But I don't, chainsaw like my uncle and my dad did. My uncle's still alive. My dad, of course, isn't. But they could suck in the walls. You could hear them on the other side of the house. And it'd be like they were right next to you. I don't do that. So I've never thought I've had sleep apnea. But they, I was on a heart monitor and stuff. And there's a chance that I have it because the heart monitor, when I was asleep, changed a lot. But also could be because I was having constant nightmares because I was afraid I was going to die, which elevated my heart rate. I woke up a lot from the nightmares, but I slept all through last night with no nightmares whatsoever and feeling fine. So I don't know when they actually ran those tests and decided that I may have sleep apnea, but I've got an appointment for that. And I may have sleep apnea, which is something I didn't know. So, and I'm still trying to hydrate some. It's awesome that everything worked out as well as it did. The cardiologist prescribed me a different type of blood pressure supplement that I'm going to try and see if that works. That won't make me urinate all the time and won't possibly kill me. So, yeah. I probably should get labs every once in a while, make sure my potassium stays in check. But as long as I'm not urinating as much as I was, and honestly, since I stopped taking those pills, I urinate half as much as I did. So, cool. I mean, that's even a bonus because now when I'm riding my bike, I don't have to stop every hour, it's a bonus because I was stopping like an old man with a prostate problem. So, yeah. That's cool. And I also now know that if I do have sleep apnea, I can get that treated. And I can even be healthier than I am now, which would be awesome. So, let's see here. Jeremy. Exactly, as the old saying says, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'd rather not have gotten stronger that way, but yeah, I'm very blessed. So I am very happy that everything worked out as well as it did. So I wanted to make you guys this live stream. There is going to be a video releasing Thursday that I'd love you guys to check out. I can't remember which video is. Let me give you a teaser here. Because I've got a number of them getting ready to be released. And I don't remember which one it is. Let's see here. Scheduled for February 29th. All right. So the teaser for... I still have 3 videos due to be released. 1 Thursday and then 2 next week. And then I'm out of my reserves and I'll have to definitely film more. And I'm not going to spoil what's coming up. But I'll give you a teaser for Thursday. I got my dual 880 27-inch iMac late 2009. Literally being a dual 880. And we talk about all the problems that having an 8800 or an 8800. No, it's an 880. I'm tired. Having an 880M GTX 880M, we go through all the problems that you can have with it. So the first 15 minutes or so of the video is kind of boring, but I literally explain everything that happens that has to go right on that iMac to make it work. And I explain all the drawbacks, and then the other, I think it's 30 minutes. It's like a 45-minute long video, I think. I spend the next 30 minutes showing you the performance of the iMac, showing you games, all this stuff. It's going to be a great video for you guys to watch. It is a great video because I know, because I've already watched it. And also, if you're on Patreon or a member, you can watch it right now. But anyway, yeah, it's already available for all my supporters. Also, those 2 extra videos are also already available. And it's just, you know, it's a different video. It was frustrating to film. But I got it to work. It just took a lot of trial and error. But it didn't take me as long as it did last time, where I took over 3 days trying to figure out why it wasn't working. This time I just went out and bought another 880 that was verified working, and slapped it in, and then spent multiple hours trying to figure out why it wasn't working, and I figured it out and got it to work. So there is a spoiler, and yeah, I know a CPAP isn't a big deal, the spin cycle. But you know, I may not have sleep apnea. I'll have to have a sleep study and stuff, and while my head itches, I shouldn't have worn this hat, but this was the only Hrutkay Mods hat I could find. But yeah. Guys, look forward for Thursday. I think it's releasing at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's make sure here. I shouldn't have closed it out. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, February 29th, 2024. You guys can watch that. It's going to be a great video. I hope you guys really enjoy it, and I hope it finally, you know, it's going to be a fun. Hey, Greg, I'm glad you made it through. It is terrifying, Arthur, but yeah, I'm glad you made it through too, man. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some sleep soon, Chris. 50-50 here that I should get some sleep because, well, my heart's still, it's fine now, but it's still, my chest still hurts. So sleeping would probably be a good thing. But I've got tomorrow off because my doctor doesn't want me back to work until Wednesday. So, so we may use a little extra of that time. Depends how long that video takes. And we've got someone coming in the door right now. Oh, look, a dog. Oliver, come here. Come here, Oliver. Okay, then. Gemma, come here.
How'd you get your laptop?
How do I get my laptop?
That's not the laptop we need.
No. And I'm live streaming right now.
No, don't believe it.
Come here, you two. Give me puppy. Hi. Hi, Gemma. Where'd you go?
Yeah, people want to see you, the baby. You want to see the baby. You want to see the baby doors.
Gemma right here was the one I had in my arm when Rico got loose. Okay, yep, okay. Yeah, you guys can put him up now. All right. Here, Luke.
Come on, my little boy.
But yeah, guys, that was a little extra. Cute puppy. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, whew, I'm out of breath now. I am tired. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up this video because they will start whining, and I'm going to let them out their cage in a minute. But yeah. Yeah. Let's see here on the computers. Wonder if on the computer sides of things, yeah, you can still Hackintosh. It's not as popular now because Gen 10 cores is the last thing that supports Hackintosh, and I mean they're still very fast and very modern, but no one's building a brand new 10th gen. A 10th generation system anymore because we're on, I think, the 14th now, so it's getting old. So Hackintoshing is slowly dying, and if it's not the next OS, it's going to be the next one after that one that they finally kill off Intel, I'm sure. So it's still a thing. I have a 12th gen. How, Sam? That's cool if you do. But yeah. I have a 10th gen as my main PC. You can probably Hackintosh it. Listen, I know what really cost. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Polka Dot. That is a shout out to the past there. I see someone's been watching the clamshell video. Yep. Thank you, Reboot Retro. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm good. I'm very happy, and I'm very glad to still be alive. So yeah, I think we should wrap up the video. Thank you for joining tonight, guys. Everything's good. There should not be any more health scares, and I'm back fully. And I'm very happy and healthy. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching tonight. And this has been a Hrutkay Mods video. We'll see you guys again soon. Bye.